Okay, so Russell Wilson, I don't know if he was named as the starter for the Steelers,
No,
but he
he's
was
just
getting
it's just
reps.
conversation.
He's getting reps with the
Everybody
ones.
gets reps with the ones. I wish people stop looking at, he's getting reps with the ones. Everybody gets reps with the ones. Even the dude that's the third team
when I was
he
at
gets
the
reps.
I would get reps with the ones.
Yeah, everybody gets reps with the ones. That's just the reality of it. But because it's a story in the Steelers quarterback situation, everybody wants to kind of, make it a controversy when right now it's not. And Mike Tomlin hadn't helped the situation by not naming a starter, which I'm fine with that because all he's doing, he's playing a little gamesmanship with the New York Jets that they face Sunday night. So if the Jets don't know who the starting quarterback is, they got to prepare for not only Russell Wilson, but they also got to prepare for Justin Fields.
I don't see a problem in those stats.
No, Justin Fields is fine.
But he's saying he doesn't think he's played good enough.
Well, he's just saying he's got to play better. He wants to play better. That's all he's saying. He's not saying – he's just saying if I would have thrown for 2,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, it wouldn't even be a conversation.
Right.
That's all he's saying.
Do you think he will be the starter, though?
Yeah.
Moving forward?
They 4-2.
Yeah, I agree.
He's balling. What the hell?
Yeah.
They just came out to Las Vegas and worked the Raiders. Worked the Raiders to the point where they moved on from Devontae Adams, even though they were already going to move on from him. But there was no hope for the Raiders in that game. And he went and balled. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 200 yards of total offense, didn't turn the football over. What more you want?
Yeah, true. Well, speaking of another receiver and also on the Steelers, George Pickens recently went on the facility and called Amon-Ra a quote-unquote slot merchant. Let's take a listen to that.
What do we need to have for you so the world can see that you're a top 5 receiver? What has to happen?
I'll probably say schematically. Schematically is the biggest is the biggest thing, in football. That's how you get Amon-Ra, St. Brown's, slot merchants, that's schematically getting fed the ball. So when it comes to that, I ain't playing QB, O-line, and defense all at once. So schematic, you know what I mean? So schematically, that's probably the biggest thing in that way for me to really show the world a bigger platform of my game style.
So what's your take on that? And give an example of like a slot merchant in the NFL right now.
I don't even know what that means. That's y'all. That's the young talk. A slot merchant. What does that mean?
I mean, I guess that's someone in the slot that just eats on linebackers and.
Okay. Well, I mean,
not going on the outside.
If you was
good, number 1 corner.
If you was good enough, you can play both spots. You can play outside.
Right.
On third down, they can move you inside.
Devontae plays everywhere.
You play everywhere. I played everywhere. I played on the left side, right side, inside. Played outside. I played in the backfield. I played the tight end position when they needed help in certain situations.
But I guess you don't see Amon-Ra outside, I guess, too much. So that's why he's calling him a slot merchant.
The systems dictate what type of statistical numbers you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's just the way they throw the football. There's no shade to St. Brown. It ain't his fault. That's just what they like him inside. They like him inside. They got him $30 million plus per year. So in the end, George Pickens needs to just worry about himself and figure out how to get open when he's out there on the island by himself. Alpha dogs on the island. Okay, that's the way we always look at it. When you own them numbers and you out there by yourself, that's you take advantage of that. When you inside, if they put in the third corner on me, or linebackers, defensive ends dropping out of safeties, you should eat. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with guys that play in the slot predominantly a majority of the time. I've never really.
So you don't even know what a slot merchant is. You're just like.
Well, I mean, I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying give him those same opportunities and he do the same thing and put up the numbers.
Exactly.
That's not necessarily true.
We haven't been able to see it, so we don't know.
The slot is hard to play in. People don't understand how hard it is to get in the slot. You got to, it's a lot of traffic in there. It's a lot of big bodies moving around.
Yeah, you're getting touched every single time.
You're getting touched literally every single time. If you could play in both like a Devontae Adams, like I did, when I could move around and go anywhere, that's a mismatch for the defense. Mm-hmm. They don't want to see that. Right. I'm never coming off the field. On third down, I'm just moving inside. If it's 3rd and 7 and we want to throw a slant, I can go outside. If it's 3rd and 4 and we want to run a stick route, we'll move me inside in the slot. I'll run a little 5-yard stick route. If we want me to hook up on a spacing over the ball, I'm a spacing over the ball. I mean, that's just, you got to be able to have different ways, or better yet, different tools in your toolbox as an NFL wide receiver. You can't be a one-trick pony.
Right. But he also called himself a top 5 receiver. Do you agree with that? And if not, who are your top 5 right now?
If he wants to be a top 5 receiver, I can't. You know, man, I did these type of conversations for me. I can't get caught up in if he's a top 5, right, Keyshawn?
Right.
He feels he is. He feels if they was throwing him the ball, he would be a top 5 receiver in the league. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If he goes on to another team at some point in time, maybe he gets those opportunities statistically. But when you talk about top 5 dudes, I mean, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, you know, Cheetah, although Cheetah's having a down year.
His quarterback situation doesn't help.
Yeah, his quarterback situation doesn't help. I mean, Devontae Adams. I mean, we could pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I could put T. Higgins in the top 5 because I fuck with T. Higgins. I like him. I think he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Could you put Pickens in your top 5, though?
No, I could put Pickens in my top 5.
Top 10?
I got to see the other 5, but no, I couldn't put him in. But it doesn't mean he can't wind up there at some point in time.
No, I hear you.
What has he displayed statistically in that offense that would give you the belief that he's a top 5 receiver? It's all based on statistics.
Yeah, all the number 1 receivers can be
think
top
about
5 receivers.
Ayuk doesn't have big numbers, but Ayuk's getting paid like a top dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
depends on the situation.
Yeah, depends on A.J. Brown. You know, it all depends on the situation. We absolutely hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more from us, hit that subscribe button for all videos, full episodes, and exclusive content from the show. And don't forget to find All Facts, No Breaks on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.